You've been so dancy lately. It's nice to
I'm
see.
happy. Happy.
What's changed the last week that's gotten you so? I mean, you've never seen unhappy, but I've just never seen you dancing before our last recording session.
Yeah. I don't know. Less stress. I mean, like now have a hopefully a lower stress job. So I mean that's makes me feel better.
Nice.
Yeah. I won the lottery too. I mean it was like $16 million something. I don't remember, but yeah, I won the lottery. I think it's the first one.
The first lottery.
No, I think it was the first one. Less stress job.
I mean, if you want to adopt me and give me a small $1 million loan,
Oh yeah, absolutely. We made it.
from Russia with Love, minute 15. My name is Brian,
And my name is Brad.
and this is the podcast that takes the longest running, smoothest, suavest, most debonair spy franchise there is and shakes it out 1 minute at a time, never stirred, because this is Bond.
Minute Bond.
And Brad, what happened in this 15th minute?
This 15th minute starts off with our girl, Spectre Agent number 3. Still kind of giving our boy Buff and Stuff the eyes. She was not playing with it, or I guess she might have been playing with the edge of her glove, but she is more adjusting her gloves.
Yeah.
I'm not going to speculate on the age of this lady, but I'm going to say that she's seen some years. So she's going to conduct her own field test on a Buff and Stuff, where I guess she puts on a pair of brass knuckles. Is what she's
Yeah.
actually doing.
Yeah. That's
I didn't see that until I stopped it right at the motion where she's rubbing her fingers. I thought she was just like making sure her glove was all the way on.
no, yeah, I laughed as soon as I saw it. As soon as the minute started, because I was like,
Yeah,
not taking any gloves off.
yeah. I didn't see that. I thought she was just fixing her glove and ends up socking him right underneath the ribs. So like right in the soft part of your stomach, right below your ribs. So it was a good hit.
Yeah.
It was solid. She winds up pretty far back. She stretches and she really keeps a straight wrist punch in there. He barely flinches. Buff and Stuff, he's all buff and stuff, so he's not flinching something like that.
I, I I will say though, I can see the red of previous takes on his stomach right before she hits, and also the red in his forehead of him holding ready. Because I think I mean it would be hard to fake, of course, at this angle, and she doesn't. I was gonna say I think she really hits him, but she does. Like we can see that by how it is rippled. Maybe she pulls the punch, but you can see before she hits a couple red spots in that general area. So I think she gives it her all, which she is an older lady, but brass knuckles,
Yeah.
kind of evens it out.
Yeah, even if she's punching with like 50% power, I mean, yeah. I would hate to see the first like real take where she really hauls him. And then he's like, nope, can't do that.
Or I wouldn't be surprised if, being nice people, she didn't hit very hard. It's like a little bit more, okay, that's hurting, but it's just not good. Okay.
Got it.
Can we just get to the point where it's good for the camera?
So after she gives him her all, she's like, yeah, that's good enough. He's fit. Basically saying, he's ready to go. He's what I'm looking for. He's, able to do this job. She says, have him report to me in Istanbul, which is in Turkey, in 24 hours. Cuts away with her walking away because she's still very much in a hurry.
You know what this is actually reminding me of with how brief her stay there is, or it's presuming that she leaves immediately after. It's reminding me of a production detail of Mission Impossible Fallout. So the director Christopher McQuarrie and the whole crew were scouting a location, and he was trying to figure out what the big stunt at the end of the movie would be. And they land in this very obscure area. And as they land, he sees another helicopter take off, and people have seen it in the trailers. It has a payload attached to it, And he's just like, I know what the stunt is. Okay, get back in the helicopter. Like, you sure you don't want to? No, we're good. Like the fact that she flies all the way to Spectre Island, multiple flights, presumably, unless they took the boat there and then took the small copter. Is that?
But this is the 60s. I mean, your airplanes weren't traveling super far distances like they do now, where we have, jets that'll fly nonstop from California to LA, or California to, yeah, California to LA, California to London nonstop. So they don't have planes like that. So you're presuming she's probably taking, depending on where she was, a flight or two, or even a boat trip, and then getting into a helicopter, and then has to turn around and do that again to get back.
And I'll just do one punt. Doesn't say like, I want to see him run. I want to see his target
Shooting,
practice.
Yeah. I just want to see him. I just want to scope him up and down while he's in his short little towel, and then punch him one time, and he's good enough for me.
Yeah. Thorough. That's what Spectre stands for.
Yeah, very thorough.
All right.
So then we get a nice wide shot of Istanbul, Turkey. Very historic city. Istanbul, I believe, is the capital of Turkey. Then we get to see three ladies walk out of the Russian consulate.
That makes sense. I was confused because I knew that she spoke Turkish based on the subtitle, but I just assumed it was in Russian.
Oh, yeah, it's the or the USSR Russian consulate, CCCP USSR Russian consulate, because that says, I don't know what the Russian says, but it says Consulate General.
Yeah.
And it's got the sickle and hammer, and it says CCCP in the USSR. So, and Das Vidania is what? Goodbye?
I think that's Russian. Yeah.
Russian for goodbye.
Yeah.
Or they use it to end their conversation, so I'd assume it means goodbye. But yeah, it says in subtitles speaking Russian. So you see three ladies walk out of there. One with a yellow dress, one with a blue dress, one with a green dress. We're gonna follow the blonde lady wearing the yellow dress kind of through the rest of the scene after she says her goodbyes. They have a small little conversation in Russian that isn't subtitled, so we don't know what they're saying.
Yeah.
She has a little note in her hand. You see her kind of walking up a street. She spots, looks like a constable or a police officer or something to that effect. Somebody with a uniform on, looking very official. Speaks Turkish to that guy. So obviously she can speak Turkish and Russian. And it almost looks like she's looking for directions. Yeah. Looks like she has a note of some sort. She asks him something in Turkish, which is not subtitled. He points up this alleyway that's behind them, and then she starts walking up that alleyway.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm thrown for a loop with these scenes, because some of them are just breeze by, and then some take a while. Just it's just done in a way that I can't predict.
Yeah.
And it's making me question my guess of when Bond will come in. I'm trusting it's going to be soon, because you guessed 17 and you've seen it, obviously.
Yeah, but don't take that, because I don't remember. One, I didn't watch it minute by minute, and I don't remember exactly when he comes in. But I know it's here. We're getting pretty quick.
Yeah, dude. How it's cut up, it's 118 minutes. That's including, credits are very short back then. So,
because most of the credits were in the front.
Yeah, and usually the program I use to cut these minutes up actually cuts it up 59 seconds and not 60 seconds. So it usually adds a couple minutes, quote unquote, to the list. So in a presumably 116-minute movie, we're nearing 20 minutes in, and no real Bond. That's very interesting.
And a relatively short cold open.
Yeah.
The cold open, I think, was 4 or 5 minutes total until we hit the opening theme song, which is also played in the background of this too. It also plays From Russia with Love theme song in the background as it's doing its wide pan shots, and it's also slightly in the background when they're not talking. As she's kind of walking up the street.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if there was a couple Bond films where the opening action sequence is just wrapping up at this point.
Yes.
Like, what is it? Skyfall. I wouldn't be surprised if that was 12 minutes. Haven't fact checked that, but with how many steps there are in that action sequence.
No Time to Die. That one was pretty long, because you had the whole thing with the daughter and sheriff or whatever his name is, Raleigh Malik.
Yes.
because you had that sequence plus another part of the open. So I bet you that one's pretty long. There's a couple. I think one of the Roger Moore one, not Roger Moore. Timothy Dalton ones, I think, was like a huge training episode with the other double O's. We're all doing a big training exercise. Well, I think that one was pretty long.
All right.
Yeah. Timothy Dalton wasn't bad. He just only got 2 movies, so nobody really ranks him super high.
Why did he only do 2 movies? Is there a specific reason, or?
I don't think so. I think Pierce Brosnan finally came up because they wanted Pierce Brosnan way back when. They wanted him back in Roger Moore era.
Yeah, I remember. Remington Steele got in the way of that.
Yeah, so he probably finally came available, and they're like, "Oh, dumping this guy. We're finally getting the guy that we want that we've been chasing for 30 years now."
Ooh,
what do you mean? Ooh,
that's just not nice.
No, it's business. It's business. It's never nice. Nice guys aren't in business. I think that's Is that Spider-Man?
What is the line you're thinking of?
There are no nice guys in business. Maybe that might be Daredevil with Kingpin. I don't know. I feel like that's in a superhero movie somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just can't remember.
It's a quick minute. It's obviously meant to introduce the girl in blonde, I assume, because we follow her from the consulate.
Yeah, I'm assuming that that's the agent that number 3 mentioned that she was part of the plan. That
they transferred to the Turkish consulate. Yes, it might be. I wasn't going to say anything because I was going to let you piece it all together, but yeah.
Oh, I mean, I didn't think it was a mystery. The second I saw her, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Damn,
but they specifically mentioned that she was at the Turkish consulate. That's where they put her on purpose.
I didn't remember that detail, I'll admit, because I did think we were in Russia at first. What's your name, sir?
I guess it's Brad.
I'm Brian.
That was money.
Every penny of it.